Gina Polk.
Gina Polk.
Yes.
All right, so Gina, tell me your church history. Like growing up, what was kind of your background in church?
I was raised Catholic. I received communion. I was never confirmed. Went to church until I was maybe 8, 9 years old that I can recall. And then I said to my mom and dad, I don't want to go to church anymore. I didn't go to church probably formally until I met my husband. I mean, I knew he went to church every Sunday, and this was in Tennessee at the time. He would ask me if I wanted to go to church on Sundays, and I would look at him and say, no thanks.
Can you kind of walk us through what you feel like your picture of God was during that season?
My picture of God was, he was a statue or a figurine on the wall. There was no relationship for me whatsoever. I feel like when I had my son, and he's 9 now, things started to change. And I've always felt like there was a pull. I think at the time I attributed it to, I definitely want my son to see both of his parents going to church. I started serving. That was coffee. And I specifically chose coffee because I could be by myself and alone. But I still didn't really understand why. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I would purposely sit in the back of the church and I would scoop myself down in the chair and just try to avoid everything that was being said. But there was a conviction. I think me and God were just butting heads, and I was trying to say no to it and say no to it and say no to it. And then finally I said to myself, why? Why am I saying no to it? And then I just said yes, because I saw how everybody was and I wanted it. I wanted to let go. So in services, I started raising my hands. I never did that. I looked at Tremaine and I said, I think I'm going to try out for the worship team. And he said, you're going to do what? It made me feel joyful. And then from that moment on, everything changed. I felt like I had a purpose. I felt like I finally had a direction. I finally figured out that the person I need is God.
So walk me through Pipeline, the last 9 months. Yeah, 9 months now. You just finished year 1. So
yeah.
How has that been for you, and how has that furthered this thing that's been going on for the last few years?
I would go home from Pipeline every Monday night and Tremaine would be like, why don't you come to bed? I'm like, I can't come to bed after class. I had to just go home and sit and think, and it's just been unbelievable.
Somewhat recently, you got baptized. So how was that?
Just the overall feeling that came over me when I was sitting there, even before you dunked me, I was just like, my heart was pounding and it was just overwhelming. It was overwhelming in such a good way. And I felt so good.
If there's a girl or a guy sitting on the back row, slouching down on their chair, just trying not to be hidden, what would you tell them?
Just open yourself up for a moment and your life can change.